A former Polk County deputy who vanished just as he was about to face trial for a fatal DUI crash. He is back behind bars now. Authorities arrested him in South America and brought him back to the Bay Area, where they say he will face justice. Let's bring in Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer live at the Hillsborough County Courthouse tonight. Hi there, Aaron. I know you spoke with the father of one of the victims. What did he have to say about this?
Mark, he says the last day or so have been a roller coaster of emotions, but mostly he's relieved the man accused of killing his son is back in jail.
My first case is page 91, Joshua Roloff's.
Joshua Roloff's court hearing lasted less than 1 minute. That's a far cry from the 3 months of agony George Negrete says Roloff's caused his family while Roloff's was on the run from law enforcement.
It was heart-wrenching. It was just, it was unimaginable. It was a nightmare.
On Wednesday, investigators released dashboard camera video from inside Roloff's car as police say he drove drunk, going about 100 miles an hour down the Courtney Campbell Causeway in 2022. Roloff slammed into the back of a car, killing Christopher Caroli and George's son, Ricky Gongora.
He was jovial, you know. He always found a silver lining in any cloud.
George waited 3 years for Roloff's to go to trial, which was set to happen in April. But Roloff's was a no-show. Authorities now say he took off and left the country. George says the wait for answers was gut-wrenching.
Crying during the day, praying at night that justice would be served, that he would be found.
That happened this month. Police say Roloff's, a former Polk County deputy, ended up in Colombia, where federal agents tracked him down and brought him back to Tampa this week.
For him to have gone all the way to Colombia shows to me how desperate he was.
That could mean more than 100 years in state prison, according to Hillsborough State Attorney Susie Lopez.
This is something that is just so incredibly brazen and just, he's not accepting responsibility.
Lopez also revealed something else about Roloff's time in Colombia.
He was living in a luxury resort and he was out there living his life.
I hope he had 3.5 months to last him another 100 years.
This father says that's nothing compared to the time he'll never get to spend with his son.
I hope Josh thinks about that every day when he's staring at those 4 walls in his prison cell.
Yeah, Roloff's initially could have faced up to 28 years in prison, but again, instead, he could face up to 100 years or more. He is due back in court tomorrow morning. We're live in Tampa. Aaron Mesmer, Fox 13 News.
Despicable, man. Disgusting and despicable. I don't even want to say it, family. I am, though. I'm Trailhand Bill reporting live from South Florida. You know, Florida as in where Polk County is. It's Friday, guys. Very beautiful here. If you watch my videos, you know I'm going to say that I hope it's beautiful where you are too and you're enjoying life and God's blessings, man. This is disgusting and despicable, man. Not just for this clown cop who murdered 2 innocent Americans, but also critically injured the other 2 passengers who were in that vehicle, a male and a female. And then, of course, we have to, because it's the reality of dealing with these criminals, these gangbangers, these untamed gorillas, have to include his colleagues in it, because he was driving under the influence, going 100 miles per hour when he slammed into the back of their SUV and caused it to roll over. They didn't arrest him until a month later. Also, he wasn't even a Johnny at the time when this happened, because if I remember correctly, maybe this happened in, I'm not going to say it because I don't remember the date, but in 2015 is when they say his law enforcement career ended, because they caught him falsifying his time cards. Now, I'm surprised. Maybe he just didn't want to be a cop anymore, but between that and this double murder and the homicide my ass, these are the type of people that they love to employ. I wonder how much influence that DA did or did not have in him after this double murder, being free for a month before they arrested him and charged him. And then he flees to Colombia, and she talks about he's living in a private villa. I feel like all of you cowards are living in a private villa of qualified immunity, while as citizen tax-paying Americans, we have to constantly watch our backs Because whether it be by gun, by acorn, by baton, by vehicle, by your hands, we're often having our well-being and very lives threatened by your existence, by your presence. And y'all don't necessarily face that threat because all you do is protect each other. And again, it is disgusting and despicable. I agree with this father, man. Even if you go to prison for whatever amount of time that you're potentially facing, it won't add up to him never hearing his son's voice again, or that other gentleman, his parents. I don't know if they had children, but their loved ones never hearing their voices again. And I just feel like it has a lot to do with these cowards never being held accountable, because while accountability won't always deter a person from doing the wrong thing, hell, it's still things in my life I know I ain't got no business doing that I've been held accountable for. It definitely is an adequate barrier for those who are thinking. And when that barrier is removed and the idea is given to a person that, hey, anything I do, I can pretty much get away with, then they're going to be more likely to do things that shouldn't be done, that involve other people and their well-being, man. Who knows, man? I promise you, man, outside of the fact that 2 lives were lost in this situation, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him a slap on the wrist and sent him home. But I'm pretty sure the way the Just Us system works, they're still going to give him pretty much a slap on the wrist. They're not going to give him the penalty that he deserves for critically injuring 2 lives and murdering 2 others. And I cannot tell you how much disdain that breeds in my heart for the entire system and the people who work within it to align themselves against us on an everyday basis. You murdered 2 Americans. They waited a month to arrest you. You fled to Colombia. They brought you back to stand in front of your friends. I wonder if Grady Judd knows about this situation, because that's his area. We made it to Friday, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Know your rights. Encourage your loved ones to know their rights, and definitely teach your children to know their rights as well. And always be aware of who these cowards are. I think most of us are aware of who they present themselves as, and nothing could be further from the truth. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.